Justice is often described as a system of laws, courts, and institutions designed to protect people and maintain fairness in society. But behind every major step forward in justice, there are individuals whose courage, determination, and commitment help shape that system for the better. One such individual is the Honorable Judge Marion Buller, a trailblazing legal figure whose life and career have been defined by a powerful mission: the pursuit of justice, equality, and dignity for all. Judge Marion Buller's story is not simply about a legal career. It is a story of resilience, leadership, and advocacy. It is the story of a woman who rose through barriers, challenged systems that often overlooked marginalized voices, and worked tirelessly to ensure that justice would not only exist in theory, but also be felt in the lives of real people. Her journey is an inspiration not only to legal professionals, but also to anyone who believes in fairness, human rights, and the possibility of meaningful change. Early life and foundations. Every journey toward justice begins with a foundation of values, experiences, and influences that shape a person's worldview. For Marion Buller, those early influences played a powerful role in guiding her path. Growing up, she witnessed the realities faced by Indigenous communities in Canada, communities that had long struggled with systemic inequality, social challenges, and historical injustices. These experiences created a deep awareness of the importance of fairness, representation, and the need for voices that could advocate for those who were often unheard. From a young age, Buller understood that justice was not simply about rules and laws. It was about people, their stories, their rights, and their dignity. This understanding became the foundation for the mission that would guide her life: breaking barriers in the legal world. Entering the legal profession has never been an easy journey, particularly for individuals from underrepresented communities. For many years, the legal field lacked diversity, and the voices of Indigenous professionals were rarely present in positions of authority. Marion Buller challenged that reality. Through dedication, education, and unwavering determination, she entered the legal profession and began building a career rooted in integrity and advocacy. Her presence in the legal field represented more than personal success. It represented progress. She became one of the first Indigenous women to serve as a judge in British Columbia. This achievement alone marked a historic moment. But for Buller, the title of judge was not the final goal. It was a responsibility to ensure that the justice system treated people with fairness and respect, a responsibility to listen, a responsibility to lead, a career built on advocacy. Throughout her career, Judge Buller has consistently emphasized the importance of understanding the human impact of legal decisions. Courts are not just places where laws are interpreted, they are places where lives are affected. This perspective shaped the way she approached her work. Her decisions reflected careful thought, compassion, and a deep commitment to the principles of justice. She believed that the legal system must work not only for those with power or influence, but also for those who may feel invisible within it. In doing so, she helped demonstrate that justice can be both strong and compassionate. Leadership on a national stage. One of the most defining chapters in Marion Buller's career came when she was appointed as the Chief Commissioner of the National Inquiry into Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls, MMIWG. This inquiry was one of the most significant investigations into systemic violence and inequality affecting Indigenous women and girls in Canada. The task was enormous. It required listening to families who had experienced unimaginable loss. It required examining decades of history, policy, and social challenges. And it required presenting findings that could guide the country toward meaningful solutions. Leading this inquiry demanded courage, empathy, and strength. The stories shared during the investigation were deeply emotional and often painful. But Buller approached the responsibility with determination. She understood that behind every statistic was a human life, a daughter, sister, mother, or friend whose story deserved recognition and respect. Through her leadership, the inquiry brought national and international attention to issues that had long been overlooked. The importance of listening. One of the most powerful aspects of Judge Buller's leadership was her emphasis on listening. Listening is not always easy, especially when the stories being shared reveal painful truths about society. Yet listening is essential for justice. Buller helped create spaces where families and survivors could speak openly about their experiences. Their voices became central to the inquiry's work. This process demonstrated that justice is not only about legal decisions, it is also about acknowledging the experiences of those affected by injustice. Listening creates understanding. Understanding creates change. The courage to confront difficult truths. Real progress often requires confronting uncomfortable truths. During the inquiry, Buller and her team examined systemic issues that contributed to violence and inequality. These issues included historical discrimination, social inequality, gaps in policy, and failures within institutions. Addressing these topics required honesty and courage. But Buller understood that meaningful change cannot happen without acknowledging reality. Her leadership helped ensure that the inquiry's findings would spark conversations across the country about accountability, reform, and the need for long-term solutions. A legacy of impact. Judge Marion Buller's work has left a lasting impact on Canada's legal and social landscape. Her leadership has helped elevate important discussions about justice, equality, and human rights. Her career has inspired a new generation of lawyers, judges, and advocates who see her example as proof that change is possible. Perhaps most importantly, her work has helped amplify the voices of communities whose stories deserve recognition and action. Inspiring the next generation. Role models matter. When young people see leaders who share their background or understand their experiences, they begin to believe that their own goals are possible. Marion Buller's journey demonstrates that determination and integrity can open doors that once seemed closed. For aspiring legal professionals, her story offers a powerful lesson. The law is not only a profession, it is a platform for change. Through dedication and compassion, the legal system can become a force for fairness and dignity. Justice as a lifelong mission. For Marion Buller, justice has never been just a career. It is a mission to ensure that laws serve people, a mission to ensure that voices are heard, a mission to help build a society where fairness and respect are not ideals, but realities. Her work reminds us that justice is not static. It evolves as society learns, grows, and strives to become more inclusive. And individuals like Judge Buller play a vital role in guiding that evolution. Conclusion. The story of Judge Marion Buller is the story of determination, leadership, and purpose. It is the story of one woman who dedicated her life to ensuring that justice is not limited by barriers of race, gender, or background. Her work has touched countless lives, inspired important conversations, and helped move society closer to the ideals of fairness and equality. Her journey reminds us that the pursuit of justice requires courage, it requires compassion, and it requires individuals who are willing to stand up, speak out, and work tirelessly for what is right. Judge Marion Buller is one of those individuals.